Hey everybody, welcome to the midday moment. Let's see if we can start with a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit inspirational music. Just a little bit, y'all. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. I said a little bit. I said a little bit. I said a little bit, and I meant a little bit. I meant a little bit. Well, that's just a little bit of I know who I am. The lyrics, I absolutely enjoy those lyrics, and so just sharing that, sharing a little bit of that with you. Some of you know I have some other favorites, but I'm not playing them right now because they get flagged and the session or what have you, the publishing of it gets blocked. And so we're working on that, okay? Working on playing instrumentals that are safe and the lyrics yet inspire us, all right? Well, blessings, good afternoon to each of you. It is Tuesday. I'm dating it. Sometimes I don't date it because we have an encore, but it is Tuesday in real time. Happy Tuesday and happy whatever day it is, if this shall become an encore. I'm your host, Dr. Vina Jones of the Midday Moment, just in case it's your first time joining us. Hi to all of our replay people who may get a chance to watch this. Hi to all of the live people who may get a chance to join us live. Pauletta, it's so good to see you today. Happy Tuesday. And salute to my Baltimore. That's that Baltimore. Baltimore holds me down. And so such a delight to share in your support of the midday moment. I do the midday moment primarily for me. It anchors me. My gosh, sometimes you have very little idea, perhaps, of what takes place before I get into the midday moment, between the daily download and the midday moment. But you have a life you're living, so you probably have a clue. But anyways, this helps remind me to ground myself and center myself in not being right, but being righteous, operating in kindness, patience, temperance, long suffering. This doesn't mean that people get to walk over you, but it just means that sometimes it's not always in just trying to be right, but how are you treating people? How are you treating, even if your information is incorrect? How are you treating people? Yeah. So this helps to center me because I'm telling you, it's some stuff that happens and you don't feel like treating people right and righteously. But we must ground ourselves in order to do that. So the midday moment is a part of what I do personally. I'm just called to do it out loud. All right, that's it. And this helps me to overcome on purpose. I don't ignore my questions, I explore my questions. So this helps me to overcome on purpose. It helps me to live on purpose. I have a plan to be healthy. I have a plan to be more harmonious. I have a plan to be more prosperous. And so this helps me to overcome on purpose, live on purpose, and to live out my purpose. I believe that all of us come into this earthly experience with different gifts, talents, and sensitivities to help us answer the question, why am I here? Why am I here? What is the point? Why did I go through that? Why did I survive it? Why am I here today experiencing what I'm experiencing? So, as I aim to fulfill those three pillars for myself, I share out loud. Well, I'm also studying in tandem with the daily download taught by Dr. Terrell R. Bully. I call that daily download a master class. It is a beast. I tell you, I have become addicted. I have become addicted. It's just something about hearing that teaching format, that brand of inspiration, and the voice, all of that. I have become addicted in the healthiest way to the daily download, making sure that it is a part of my daily experience. But in particular, my support in particular, my study in particular with the Daily Download is because we're also supporting the publication of the Kingdom Study Bible. This is a faith-based experience, all right? And so the Kingdom Study Bible, it is, yes, another Bible, just like another restaurant that y'all ain't complaining about. I keep saying that. The Kingdom Study Bible is going to give you another opportunity to apply a lens to that reading, to be able to see it through the kingdom perfection, which is love, to be able to read through the love notes that are there. I know it don't always feel like love. I know it don't always feel like love because we've been trained that love is just this gushy feeling. Ooh, sometimes love don't feel good. And so, but you're able to see these dynamics and this life application of love in the scripture. You're able to see the life application of prayer, which is our practice. You're able to see that life application of balance, which is our process and kingdom. It's both and. You can see that. So we're writing and we're writing. We're supporting the writing and publication of the Kingdom Study Bible so that you can experience these aspects of life application. Well, today's study, we are finally, we've read through 1 Corinthians chapter 4. We're in chapter 5 now, and I tell you what, Paul doesn't play. He is just he just lighting up stuff in these scriptures. He is writing up something. And again, this is one of the reasons why the life application is so important, because if you attempt to apply all of these scriptures literally, you're gonna have a time. If you attempt to apply all of these scriptures from Genesis to Revelation literally, you're gonna have a time, honey. Okay. um you can also read the Bible for its literary content. You can. And at the same time, there's so much to be said about the life application is there. So good luck to everybody that's trying to do Genesis to Revelation literally. Good luck. Best wishes. Praying for you. Okay. All right. And so that includes Paul, to try to take everything that Paul says literally and work through it. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. However, if you can posture yourself, as we've been doing in our studies, to lean into the life application, to take that metaphysical view, to go beyond the surface. This is what Paul said on the surface. Let me get some deeper understanding of how can I apply this to me now, because I'm not living then. Customs have changed, but there are some principles there that do not change. There are some things, there's some understandings that don't change that we can grow with. All right. And so here Paul is again, he's talking, and now he's giving them, and it just really admonishing them. We're down in verse 7, and I encourage you can read up and just read from 1 and go into 7, and you can kind of see he's not playing light with them. All right. So now he's talking to them about getting rid of the old yeast. All right. Now, some of us probably don't even bake with yeast. This is what I'm saying. You trying to do this literally, trying to do this Bible literally, it's going to be an issue. Okay. However, if you can take the life application of what's in this scripture here, 1 Corinthians 5 and 7, get rid of the old yeast so that ye may be the new unleavened batch that you really are. For Jesus, our Passover lamb, has been sacrificed. There's been some work done already so that we can come with a new understanding of what might this say to us, what can this say to us here in 2024, beyond the literal ascriptions that can be given to when Paul wrote this. All right. So get beyond the old years. So today, in the I won't repeat the teaching. I'm gonna give you my own quick reflection. So this morning, Dr. Pulley talked about getting rid of old thoughts, old words, and old actions. All right, getting rid of old thoughts, old words, and old actions. Now, there are some examples. I'm just gonna give you a few examples of where this met me, and then I'm gonna be done. So a few examples of where this met me. Um, we have a tendency, y'all know there are phrases like, oh, well, that runs in the family. Well, so and so is dealing with such and such. Well, that runs in the family. That whole phrase comes with a certain way of thinking and then the vocabulary and the acting out. It runs in the family. And I can tell you that when I survey my family, I can tell you that there are certain things that we seem to be attracted to or have a proclivity of. Music travels in our family. My mother sings, I sing. We all have different stages of that gifts. So, but what I'm going to challenge is how you apply that understanding, because there can be something, it's probably no secret. The Kennedys, JFK, Robert K. The dad had a proclivity towards politics. Now, you might not have liked all his proclivities. Got to go back and study that, okay? But certainly there was a finesse there, all right? And so even within my family, we all are a bit musically inclined. And so, it's easy to say, well, that runs in the family. Well, let me offer this. Some things that we call running in the family is not a sheer osmosis experience. What really runs in the family is our thinking. What really runs in the family is our thinking. What we really ought to cater to is some thinking. There are certain thinkings, there are certain thoughts, and yes, even patterns. We learn from our family what we don't think we're learning. We learn how to look at money, how we look at money, how we look at relationships, how we process and how we filter. That stuff comes with the old yeast. It comes with the family. But it ain't running in the family by itself. And a lot of times when we say, well, that runs in the family, we say that as if it's running by itself. No, we're running it. We're running it. We run it in the family. That's probably more. We running it. Even with singing, my mother, I didn't just start, just like started. My mother was a pattern for me. So I studied I started picking up from my mother's pattern of singing. Even to this day, there are certain things that I do with my voice because I got it from my mom. She get it from my mama. I got it from my mother. So when we say it runs in the family, I'm not going to take all of the validity out of that. But what I am going to add to that is we keep things running in the family. What are you keeping running in the family that you need to get rid of? There are certain patterns of thinking. We talk about generational curses. It's really popular in certain religious conversations. I'm almost done. We talk about generational curses running in the family. What's really running in the family are the patterns of thinking. The reason why this thing keeps happening over and over, because this is the way my family thinks. This is the way my family been thinking. So this is what we experience based on our thinking. This is the vocabulary that my family uses. These are the actions we do. These are the actions we take. We buy this knowing good and well that no, don't buy that yet. Buy this first. Invest this first. This way my family been doing things. The curse is no more than a restricted way of thinking. My family has thought restrictively. My family has made certain decisions and used vocabulary restrictively. And we've made actions restrictively. That doesn't mean your family's bad. You just probably been in some poor situations because of the way we've been thinking. So what's been running in my family is a certain way of thinking, certain vocabulary, certain way of being and acting things out. Because we learned it. We learned it from each other. We learned it from our parents, grandparents, and aunts, uncles, and we learned it from the neighborhood. We watch the same shows over here. We learned it. And just like you learn that pattern, just like you learn that yeast, you can unlearn that yeast and get some new yeast. You can unlearn these patterns, get some more patterns. Yeah, might cost you a little bit. Okay, people might be getting mad. Oh, that ain't good enough for you no more. That ain't good enough for me. No, it's not. It's not. It's not good enough for me anymore. I'm in the midst of making some decisions right now, that are different than what I've previously made and what are a bit different than what my family members have made. I'm in the process of making some decisions right now because I'm already getting for 2025. I am not waiting to December 31st to get ready for 2025. I'm doing it right now. So I'm making some decisions right now. I got to have a meeting with a family member after this right here. I'm going to be a little uncomfortable. I got to make some decisions. You can keep this going. I'm not. I'm not keeping this going. You can, but I'm not. So think of this is just how I've been reflecting with the teaching from this morning. Now you can take this and you can go in some other patterns of reflection. It's where I am. This is where I am. This was the best way to give to you. I got some other stuff, got different ways I could talk about it. But this was the quickest way that I perceive to share with you how I am reflecting and working with the master class from this morning. I got some more old yeast that I'm getting rid of. And it's called what's been running in the family, what we done kept running in the family. And I'm deciding it ain't running with me. I love y'all. I bless y'all. Thank y'all so much for being with me today. Y'all don't be stingy, like and share. Sometimes I set my timer so I can share it as a midnight moment. Elder Katrina, I heard you. I heard you a while ago. It ain't quite what you said, but I'm working in that direction. So sometimes I share this as a midday moment. But share this. Share it. Don't be stingy. Put it in somebody's DM or send a link, copy somebody, what have you. Got different ways you can share more than one way. We worked on sharing and getting up to 10 in October. It's 15 for November, at least 15 shares. 20 is the number for December. And you know what's coming for January. We're going to be right ready and on time for 25. That's going to be the goal starting January 2025. 25 views a day. All right, 25 shares a day. Okay. I love y'all. Y'all take care. Blessings to each and every one of y'all. So good to see all of y'all. Elaine, good to see y'all. Good to see each and every one of you. Mother Linda, I saw you on here. Elder Katrina, good to see y'all. Y'all don't be stingy, like and share. I love you. I exalt God as the everywhere, evenly present spirit of absolute good. The everywhere, where you are and where I am. The evenly present, no more over there, no less over here, but evenly present spirit of absolute good. And when I don't sense that good, I do what's modeled in Genesis. I go into the chaos, I go into the darkness, and I decipher the good. I call out the good and make it my own. All right. I love you. God bless you. God be you. Take care, everybody.